Okay, it is now time for a 2025 everyday carry update, and we're going to start with what I never leave home without. The number one item is obvious. It is my keys. I have them on a James brand carabiner. This is what I've been using for years, still holding up. I have a Swiss Army knife that has a bottle opener, an Apple AirTag, a key fob for my gym, car key, house key, all that stuff. I never leave home without that. Quick side note, when I am at home, I like to have stuff on me at all times, but I don't want those keys. So I have an at-home carabiner that I clip on. It has a flashlight, it has a Swiss Army knife as well, and it has my chapstick. So I carry that around with me. Whenever I'm at home, I just clip it on and then wander about, and I never want for anything because everything I need is on my belt loop. Another thing that I use every single day. Next, I have the stuff that is clipped onto my pocket, and this has not changed at all. Number one is a Streamlight MicroStream. I choose to use the AAA battery version because when the battery dies, I can replace it immediately. I don't need to throw it on a charger. I do not have to survive without a flashlight, so that is why I still use the AAA battery version. And then I have a pocket knife. This is the James brand. I have no idea. This thing is not locking, but it has a pocket knife, it has a pair of scissors, and it has a pry bar at the end. The thing that I like about this is, first off, the pry bar, and secondly, it is not intimidating, so I can carry this into the office if I need to. It is just a very useful tool to have. Then I have my phone, which I try to leave home without. I try not to use it too much. It is the iPhone 15 Pro. I have had it for maybe a year and a half at this point, and I am not thrilled with the battery life. It's already down to 92% battery health, so I'll need to replace that soon, but that is the phone that I use, and it's fine for what I use it for. Hopefully, with the battery replacement, it will last me another 6 or 7 years. Next up is my wallet, and this is another item that hasn't changed. It's an Osgood Marley billfold, has an ID slot, a couple slots for cards, and then it has a spot for cash so you can actually pay and not have all of your purchases tracked and then marketed to you. We saw you bought this. I bet you want to buy some more stuff too, so I keep a billfold as well. Then in my front left pocket, I have a microfiber cloth because I wear glasses and I always need to wipe them off. You should not use your shirt because that will just rip any coating off of the glasses. So I always have a microfiber cloth as well. Then because I'm a 97-year-old man, in my back left pocket, I carry a handkerchief. This is made of Irish linen, so it dries faster than cotton. It is a bit on the expensive side, but if you wipe your nose a lot, if you have allergies, it is extremely helpful. I know it's gross, but it's better than wiping your nose on your hand like you're a child. So this is the best solution that I have, having an actual handkerchief. Then I have some pocket junk in my coin pocket or pocket watch pocket. And first thing is a couple of guitar picks because maybe you need to play guitar. It's all about eliminating hurdles to getting creative ideas out. So if you don't have a guitar pick, that idea may disappear. So having the ability to play guitar if you have an idea is really important. And then I have a little baggie that has more guitar picks. It has a dollar coin, a lucky coin, and a paper clip to change watch bracelet sizing if I need to. That is another thing that I never leave home without. Talking about watch sizing, I never leave home without a wristwatch. Over 2024, my most worn watches were the Pelagos 39, which I have now had for over 2 years, and then a G-Shock Square. Right now, I'm using the 5610U, which I'm shocked to say I have now had for about 5 years. This is the one that made me fall in love with G-Shock. So those are the two watches I wear on my left wrist. And then when I am exercising on my right hand wrist, I will wear the Apple Watch Ultra. I don't like the tracking. I don't like the constant buzzing, the constant pay attention to me that smartwatches have, but for fitness tracking, it's really useful. So I'll wear this when I sleep to track my sleep, so I know why I'm angry or why I'm well rested. And I also like to track my heart rate and all of that when I'm exercising. I'm realizing there's a lot of stuff that I never leave home without. Another thing is a baseball cap. I wear baseball caps because my eye doctor said you need to wear baseball caps to protect your eyes. So I always wear a baseball cap to keep the sun out of my eyes, to hopefully salvage the little eyesight I have left for as long as possible. On that note, he also recommended getting a pair of sunglasses, which I already had, but I used that as an excuse to get nicer sunglasses. So I got the new Ray-Ban Wayfarers. I don't love them. I think next year or this year, I'm going to get the classic Wayfarer sunglasses, but I wear sunglasses whenever I leave home and I'm outside because I want to protect the sight that I have. And the last thing I never leave home without is not something I carry in my pockets. It is something that I wear, and it is a cologne or fragrance. Today and the last couple of weeks, I have been on a Drakkar Noir kick. It is one of the best scents. It just smells like the 1980s. If you want to imagine what it's like to be in the 80s, going to a club, wear Drakkar Noir, throw on a Casio G-Shock Square, watch The Terminator, you're there, dude. You're there. So that is the last thing that I never leave home without. Now let's talk about the stuff that I mostly never leave home without, and number one is headphones. Over the last year, I really haven't had too much time to focus on just listening to music and enjoying it, or listening and syncing my podcast to my podcast player, so I have reverted back to the AirPods Pro 2. I will use these with Apple Music. I throw on a playlist, find out new stuff that I enjoy, and also use Overcast to listen to podcasts when I very rarely have that opportunity. The noise cancellation is great. They don't sound the best, but they are perfectly sufficient, and it's another really good point of reference for listening back to microphones before I review them. So aside from listening in the studio, I'll also use the AirPods Pro because I know a lot of people have those. Then we have my IEMs, which are my in-ear monitors, and in the past they were the Dunu SA6s. My Dunus got a crack in one of the earphones, so I haven't replaced them or got them repaired. So I had to go back to the Shure 535 IEMs because that's what I had, and I had zero desire to spend a bunch of money on IEMs, so I am just using the 535s whenever I need to use IEMs, but as I mentioned, haven't really had much time for that. And to connect those IEMs, I use two different players. I use a SanDisk ClipJam MP3 for podcasts and a Shanling M0 Pro for music. I love the headphone amp in the Shanling. The operating system it's tolerable. I'm still waiting for any little dedicated DAP manufacturer to add podcast functionality. I will say that every year until somebody does it. So if I have time, I will bring these, but I have been struggling to find time to enjoy podcasts or music at least the last 6 months. I've been swamped. Next item is a water bottle because now I am a boring person and I don't drink anything other than coffee and water, and I like staying hydrated. This is a gift from Pags over at MEI Studio. It has Podcastage engraved on it. It is awesome. And then I have another water bottle when I'm washing this or vice versa, so I always have a clean water bottle to stay hydrated. And the last items are pens and notebooks. If I am writing down a grocery list, I will use a Bic Click Stick. That's a change from prior years. I got sick and tired of losing pen caps, so I got a clickable pen. I annoy everybody around me when I'm grocery shopping, and I use a Write in the Rain pad to write down my grocery list and cross off everything and add up everything so I know exactly how much I should be expecting the bill to come out to, because I am that weirdo. But if I am not writing down a grocery list, I will use my field notes. Nothing has changed there. I still have a dozen of these to get through. I log everything that I eat. I log the push-ups that I do. I write down to-do lists. And at home, as my watch beeps at me, I will use a fountain pen, and I am still on the Kaweco Sport. I really like these. These are just very functional and easy to use and affordable, so you don't feel guilty using them and abusing them. Just a great pen and a great pad of paper. I think that is everything. I know a lot of people say, oh, you carry too much stuff. Everyday carry is about making sure that you have what you need to survive throughout the day, to get through the day. If this is too much for you, don't carry this much. I don't carry all of this every day. You saw what I carry every single day, and that makes my day easier to get through. So there you go. That's my 2025 everyday carry. Hopefully that was interesting. I will see ya next year.